Howdy everybody, this is Austin and I'm out in Bandera, Texas in early July 2025, and I thought I would come out to this little roadside and show you a few of the invasives we have around here. So to start off, you can see we've got this big tall grass right along this little drainage area. So this is a little wet spot right by a culvert by this road, but you can see we've got these giant grasses right here. This one, most of you might know what it is if you've been in Texas very long. I'm certain that you've seen it. It's a very close relative to our cultivated sorghum, and that's because it's in the same genus. But this is Johnsongrass. So Johnsongrass is Sorghum halapense is the scientific name, and it's identifiable by its giant seeds. So you can see it's got really large glossy seeds here. Right now it's in flower, so that's what these little yellow things are. You can see these little yellow bits are going to be the pollen, and then the darker pieces, these little purple, are going to be the stigma. That's going to be the female parts, so that's what is the receptor for the pollen. And grasses are usually wind pollinated, so the pollen just releases into the wind and then goes and pollinates these seeds. So this one is Johnsongrass. So you can see it's got a very large seed head. So it's pyramid shaped, and this one is about 2 feet tall. Just this inflorescence, just this seed head is almost 2 feet tall. So it's a very large grass. It can get up to about 8 feet tall in certain conditions. Another identifying characteristic, if you look closely at the leaves, you can see this giant white midrib. So there are a few other species with this white midrib, but this one's pretty distinct. It's just very bright and stands out among the green. And then another characteristic, which isn't super prominent on this one, but you can see it a little bit, is this rust spot. So this is just kind of a characteristic of this species, just having these little rust spots. So that's something to look out for. Sometimes they're purple or brown, and they just look like splotches of rust on the leaves. This is actually a pretty good grazing grass, except that it's very poisonous in certain conditions. So if there's a drought or a flood, or if it's stressed in some way or another, it can become poisonous and actually kill an entire herd of cattle, or wildlife for that matter. Its seeds are somewhat good for waterfowl and other bird species, but overall this is a very bad invader. You can see how much space it's taken up just in this little ditch area, and it is going to be very difficult for you to take it out because it's also got massive rhizomes. So if I come down here, maybe the soil is loose enough, you can pull this up, and here is a rhizome of Johnsongrass. So that's going to be one of the ways it spreads. So it's got those big, robust seeds that get easily dispersed by wildlife, but then these rhizomes are a form of asexual reproduction. And it's able to just form giant colonies that are all connected by this big root. So a rhizome is just a modified stem that is underground and is able to reproduce itself. It makes clones of itself. So that's what their rhizomes look like. Usually a little purple up at the stem, and then pretty white down as you get lower. So this is Johnsongrass, and be on the lookout for it. It's one of the worst invasives in Texas. I've seen it all the way in California, all the way out east to South Carolina. So it really has just taken over, and it's native to Africa, so it's just not supposed to really be here. But it's sure made this its home. So we got to do what we can to try to get rid of it and manage it as much as possible. All right, I'll talk to you all next week.